What's up, guys? NeumanPro here, and I'm about to go over that ban list we got.
NeumanPro does the Yu-Gi-Oh show.
Okay, so we're just gonna scroll through this ban list then here. I tried to stay out of it as fast as I could. As soon as I heard the ban list came out, I was trying to stay away. So I was not to spoil myself until I did this video, so here we go. I'm just gonna scroll down the page here. This list goes effective after this weekend's YCS, so April 10th. And we have Perform Mage, Damage Juggler, and Plush Fire, both which we knew were going to be on here from the emergency ban list, so nothing much to change on that. Then, something's missing. Yeah, something's missing here. So we have Thousand Eyes Restrict off the ban list. I wonder where they put him. Probably limited him, but that's... Yeah, I want to see where he is. So Ptolemaeus is new. Again, emergency ban list. Chicken Game has been banned. Chicken Game has been banned. You know what this immediately means, right? They didn't touch Magical Explosion or Life Equalizer. That is immediate. As soon as they see that, that's all it says. There's no way in hell would they have touched those now, because they had to touch Chicken Game. So I'm discouraged by that. Next up, we... Well, that means I have to redo my Dynamis deck profile. Wavering Eyes completely whacked with a stick. They didn't even just slow it down. They killed it. They flat out killed Wavering Eyes. So wow, okay. I understand it. It is somewhat of an OP card when you're playing, especially the pendulum decks. So Pendulum v Pendulum, because then you can pop the 4, and just it's whoever draws. It's kind of like Pot of Greed. Whoever draws Wavering Eyes when you both have your scale set up and has it, and it's the last one to chain. So in case your opponent has it, or you have it again, and you're chaining Wavering Eyes. I've seen 4 Wavering Eyes chained onto each other. But Wavering Eyes, I saw it getting hit, but wow, you completely killed it. You like sliced it in half and said, no, die. Okay, well that's going to require a redo of my deck profile. As far as traps, like I said, I knew it. They weren't going to touch... They weren't going to touch Life Equalizer. They weren't going to touch Magical Explosion. Just kill those cards already and I'd be happy, because that just leaves it with Exodia builds. And Exodia, you still got to get 5 in your hand. In the case of this, you got to get a whole bunch of spells in your graveyard, which is no problem. And then you got to have 2 cards. So it's a 2-card combo versus 5 cards for Exodia. Especially with new Exodia stuff coming out. Why? I'll be honest, with the Exodia reprints we're getting, why do you have to kill essentially the Exodia deck? Nobody's going to play it without some draw power here. So we're going into limited. The Exodia pieces are still there. BLS still holding at limited. Luster, Pendulum, Draco Slayer at 1. The kit, yep, and Monkey Board and Skullcrobat. Draco Pals are... They're alive, but they're on life support at this point. Wisdom Eye Magician, okay, well, I guess they don't want Magicians doing too well. I mean, now he's limited. And there's... Well, Elder Entity Node, I could see that going to limited. Makes perfect sense to me that he'd go right up to limited. Most people will play 1 or 2 anyway, so people are going to be able to recover from that. But Thousand Eyes Restrict, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Thousand Eyes Restrict, I'm back off the list, man. I'm back off the list. Look at that, I am off that list. Yeah, he's off the list. Ignister to limited. Again, it's one of those cards where, you know, probably if you could get the 1 out, you'd be okay, but man, you were killing Draco Pals. Draco Face-Off too, you were killing them. You were slaughtering them, you were slicing them up. I don't know how these guys are going to survive that strong, because thus far it looks like Cosmos are completely intact. I see no problems with Cosmos. I see no problems really with Monarchs. So those guys that you would really want to be using Ignister for, I guess you're gonna get your one shot with Ignister. Then we move on to Reasoning. Okay, there's the first touch of some of the Cosmo builds. I've seen some that don't use Reasoning. I've seen ones that will run triple Reasoning. So Reasoning limited in a Cosmo build that I'd have, yeah, I'd probably have one Reasoning at least in there. But that all of a sudden that also really hurts the Infernoids. That's part of their plays is using that and Charge a Light Brigade, really. So Reasoning and Charge, probably their best cards. And, okay, Charge a Light Brigade I don't see really being moved anywhere. But, okay, Reasoning it is. So that's there. And, oh, God, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Upstart Goblin Limited. Well, now I do have to redo my deck profile of Dynamis. I said that it could do without Upstart Goblins, but this is killing so many decks. I didn't necessarily see this one coming. If you weren't going to touch Magical Explosion or Life Equalizer, I could say, okay, fine, you hit the chicken game. You went ban, you just said, okay, fine, diddly dang, we're getting rid of chicken game. Gone. Bye-bye. But, oh, God. Upstart Goblin, too. You're giving your opponent 1,000 life points. You essentially killed the ability. You have killed it to a strong point. You have killed the Magical Explosion FTK. There's no doubt about that. You've really, really hindered it because Upstart Goblin and Chicken Game were your means of getting that 8,000 life point differential turn 1. Because you could use Chicken Game 3 times, you could use Pseudo Space to copy Chicken Game 3 times, that's 6,000, plus then you could use Upstart Goblins 3 times, that's a 9,000 differential between you and your opponent, there's your 8,000. So outright banning Chicken Game and limiting Upstart effectively really kills that sucker, but it still upsets me because so many other decks would run triple Upstarts to speed through their deck. I guess they really want us to run Pot of Stupidity at this point to draw our cards and thin out our deck. But really, that's hitting it a little too hard, guys. What else we got here? Nothing else nothing in traps. So traps really haven't been touched. Debris Dragon moved to semi-limited. Allure of Darkness semi-limited. E-Telly moved to semi-limited. Okay, Cosmos can do without a third E-Telly. Most of them I've only seen play 2. So I guess they can work fine without the third. And then, yeah, so none of the traps have been touched this format. Really, I didn't see any getting touched, but, that's what we deal with. So, Debok completely coming off the Forbidden list, all the way to Unlimited. Perfectly understandable. His reprints in the Yugi Gold Collection box thing. With Yugi's decks. So get your reprints there. Probably the price of him is going to go up for the older ones. Even though it doesn't have the errata text, it's still going to play with that. So Tragodia moving to Unlimited. Advanced Ritual Arts, Unlimited. Don't have as much of a ritual presence anymore, so that card can easily come off as semi-limited. And Card Crush Virus. So there's our one card that is trap-based that is moved, but it hasn't gotten hit. It actually has jumped all the way from limited to unlimited. So that's understandable. So looks like that's it. Looks like they really, really do not like Draco Pals this format. Monarchs look completely intact. So go out and buy your structure decks again if you want to be playing with Monarchs. Now's the time last chance to go pick up those structure decks then and get your playset of Monarch stuff because they look completely intact at this point. Other than that, the gold, the thing that we've been worried about is gold getting seriously hit. And fine, they reprinted Reasoning, it got hit. They reprinted Draco Face Off, it got hit. But, you can survive. On the gold, most of the big cards, they're still there. Dark Destroyer is still at 3. And all the other Cosmos stuff mainly is still at 3. That is specific to the archetype, so that's remaining untouched. So I'm seeing a format going forward. I'm seeing the format be strong, especially Burning Abyss. Dante did not get touched at all. So you're going to see the Burning Abyss, pure Burning Abyss build, or the Phantom Knight Burning Abyss build. You're going to see Monarchs. You're going to see Cosmos. They're going to be, I think, your strongest decks for a little while after this list initially goes until we get the next set. In Shining Victory, the Gold Series set, it's not going to really do much with the Millennium set. It'll change a few things around, but nothing that's going to change the archetype format. Atlanteans are still going to hold up there as well, so they're in pretty good shape. I'd recommend right now, if you have your chance, go out and buy your Cosmos, some of the stuff like Cosmojo. Go out and buy some Cosmojos if you can, if it's low priced enough right now. Definitely get your tin cans, because they didn't get reprinted, to my knowledge. No, they weren't in the Gold Series tin cans, so they're one of the ones that are there. What else? Go buy your structure decks for Monarchs, and that's pretty much what I could say for right now. Pendulums are really got hurt with Wavering Eyes getting completely banned, Draco panels getting slaughtered to the most part. You're gonna have to see they're gonna be bringing back different pendulum decks rather than the Draco Pal variants, or somebody's gonna have to redesign those decks and be the next net decker. Hey there, guys, before I forget, the winner of the last free patch drawing of Star Pack 2014 is going to be right there in your face. So if you're that winner, feel free to contact me via Facebook or go ahead and contact me via YouTube, and we'll look to get those packs sent out to you. If you would like to win 2 packs of Star Pack 2014 for yourselves, what I need you guys to do is be a part of the 48 continental United States. And if that is true, then go ahead and comment #FreePack. That's right. #FreePack in the comments, either in your regular comment or just in a comment by itself. And that will let me know that you are part of the 48 continental United States, and I'll be able to cheaply mail this to you in a white envelope. So other than that, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe so you can keep track of if you're going to be the winner, because the winner will be announced on the next discussion video. Other than that, once again, this has been NeumanPro saying, get your game on to a slightly mediocre level.